Hello everybody, I'm Mike.
I'm Stephanie.
And we're Van Life Sheldon's Travels. Sheldon, he's actually hanging out on the floor. There he is.
Yeah.
He's actually doing his thing this morning. Let's see here. Let's get logged in on the computer here today.
Yes, I don't know if any of you remembered, but last time we did promise some wrenches. So I know this is Saturday. We don't know how many people we're expecting on the live to come on. But if you want to be a wrench person, go ahead, and today's the day to ask because we have the laptop. We're ready to give that out.
So if we've talked to you before and met you before, then we might be giving out some wrenches to some of our friends and get some moderators going here.
Definitely.
We are on our Verizon Jetpack this afternoon, so I want to say thank you to the supporter that's taking care of that for us for the last couple of months. Greatly appreciated. Our T-Mobile isn't working that great here, so without it, we definitely wouldn't be doing this live stream. Right. So, wow, live from Florida. It's warm in Florida, England. Yeah. Wow.
Howdy, Stephanie and Mike.
Hey, Lamont, how's it going? Pam? Wow, this thing is going super slow.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get the laptop to do something. But if you guys want to do a wrench today, we have the laptop out. That was our idea behind the laptop, is to get out a couple of wrenches, just to say a quick hello and
Paula's here.
See what you guys are doing this Saturday. Going good. Awesome.
We've also been talking to Blue Van Dan. We're kind of close to him, so we're thinking, let's see, is it working now?
We're thinking we'll go meet up with Blue Van Dan and do some maintenance for the van, because part of van life is it's kind of hard. If you want to do your own maintenance on your van, it's kind of hard to find a place to do that. Hey Paula, how's it going? And so we're definitely thinking about going up there and doing some maintenance. Hey Stephanie and Mike, I'm so glad to see you. Hope it's all going good. Hey Danny G, long time no see.
Went kayaking today, very nice.
That's the best way. You gotta go kayaking in the morning or in the late evening, and then by mid-afternoon you're just having lunch and relaxing. Mike and I used to do a lot of kayaking. It was a lot of fun. When we were in Florida, we actually still have 2 kayaks in our storage unit in Florida, but we don't plan to go get them.
We don't plan to go and get them anytime soon, so...
Yeah. Now there's the inflatable ones, and they're so much nicer and easier to travel with.
19 people on, wow.
Rainy and Champaign, Urban, Illinois. Hi, guys. Hey, how's it going?
Maine. Wow, we got people from all over.
Yeah. It's kind of hot down here in the south. Well, I know Florida's dying, and some parts of California, like where we're at, have excessive heat warnings. So
we actually we were thinking about heading towards the mountains and going to see Blue Van Dan. I know Ross and them are heading back that way after his transmission issues, so we're thinking about heading that way. We also have a few issues. We haven't replaced the brakes on this van since we bought it. It's a 2016, and I know a lot of you guys wonder how the van is doing. It's really doing great. I mean, we have almost 75,000 miles on it.
I think we are in California, and we're driving in our Promaster City. I think I see somebody asked what are we in.
A small version of the big Promaster van.
Yes, we have the Promaster City, which is the smallest one of all the ProMasters. And it's funny because once we talk to people who watch the channel, they're like, your van actually looks so much bigger on TV, and then in real life it looks a lot more smaller and compact.
When they actually get a chance to come in here and sit down,
that's
right?
Pretty funny.
Wow, 24 people. We didn't really plan to go live or anything, so we just thought, why not? It's Saturday afternoon. We're just hanging out here, getting ready to go exploring. So we did a little exploring this morning, but we thought we'd go do a little bit more exploring today. And
Is that not wanting to work?
no, my laptop is running super slow on the internet. I guess the live stream is taking a lot of the bandwidth, but that's okay.
That tends to happen. Oh, thank you so much, RV Tech. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much, RV Tech.
Well, we got a
Didn't
hi from
expect
Chicago. I just heard it was raining in Champaign. Is it raining in Chicago too?
Wow. It's very, very slow today, but
Rain seems refreshing. It's been 80 degrees for like the last 2 weeks for us.
80,
Where
more
is-
like 100.
Where is Sheldon? Funny thing is we actually got the laptop out to give wrenches, and then we found this old camera that we actually got in our bookstore of our college, and this was initially going to be our YouTube vlogging camera, but then we decided that the audio kind of sucked and there's no way to put a microphone into it, so this was a no-go, and then that's when we started using Mike's phone. But now, talking about Sheldon, we were thinking this is going to be like the turtle cam, because obviously when we're watching Sheldon, we'll probably just put music behind it anyways. Like, he's on the floor, and this would be perfect for just turning it on, putting it on the floor, and then you guys can see what he does naturally, because right now, if I move the camera, it's going to be really shaky. And I could always bring Sheldon up to see you guys. But it's kind of hard because he's so small. So, like, even if I set him, like, right down here, like, now he's under the lens, so you can't see him. But he's right next to the camera. So, he's pretty
You have to pretty much hold him the whole time, and then the whole time you're holding him, he's like, let me go.
Say hi to your fans.
Go. Oh, there's people there.
Is that, you're a big turtle on there.
Yeah. Say hi to everybody. Hope you liked my last video of me swimming around my new tank.
Can you see all the people?
You got 28 people watching you, Sheldon.
You're saying hi. You went hi.
Everybody likes the turtle.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll put him back on the floor so he can explore.
He really likes to walk around the floor.
Hey, yeah, we have a little...
everything.
I'll show you his favorite thing on the floor. This little Bluetooth speaker. And we actually don't really use this, and we got it for... somebody gave it to me as a gift for hiking, so we'll use it when we're hiking and stuff. But this actually sits on the floor, and Sheldon loves to climb on the side of it because it's kind of got weird edges. He loves to climb on the side of it and just sit right here on top. So this nice speaker, nice
Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, it's just Sheldon's like sitting wrong.
He likes to climb up on it. We
Yeah,
let him
so
do
we
that.
just leave it on the floor so he can climb on it.
Let's go to another connection here.
Alright. Hey guys, this is John Walker. How do you doing today? Where's really? Sorry guys. Yeah, Sheldon is pretty cool. Funny. We wish we could get another turtle, but honestly, we're always trying to think about how to make Sheldon's capacity space bigger and bigger, since he is growing slightly. So we don't think we're gonna get another turtle, especially not in this van, but maybe if we get a bigger rig we might. But definitely if you have somebody who has a turtle, or know another couple who travels with the turtle, or even a single person who travels with a turtle, we would definitely love to meet up, like have a turtle meet up, and so they can play. He has an outdoor pen, we could put both of them in, that'd be great. Maybe not like a tortoise, you know, let's not get crazy.
Like a play date, right?
Yeah, like another red-eared slider, yellow belly slider. That'd be cool. Box turtles, desert turtles, they're cool. Is it comfortable? Well, you know, that kind of thing, it just happens. Love your channel, great content. thank you so much, Scott.
I guess you could say if the van's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. I guess you could say with that comment, right? I mean,
I'm not gonna say we don't do it in here or out in public because let's just say it's a natural thing. People do it in their house and people do it out in public. It happens.
but you know, inside our van is kind of like in our house.
We don't do it in front of an audience.
No, of course not. All right, I got the live up now, watching our commercial.
Stephanie, I got my van. Awesome, Paula. That is so great. And love Paula. She's amazing. She took us to this really great, authentic restaurant. We had a lot of blast. Hey, Steven. Thanks for coming on. So glad to see you. A little gas money for you guys. Thank you so much for the gas money because
wow.
we definitely plan to head up into the mountains to get cooler weather because right now it's calling for about 100-degree weather. So where you see that at about 5,000 elevation, it's about 80. And we're from Florida, so 80 is comfortable to us.
Right.
So we'll probably go sit up there in the mountains for 80-degree weather. And Sheldon will definitely love that because instead of being inside where he could crawl around on the floor, which is great because there's a lot of space for him, he could actually be outside in his little pen. And then he has water in a little hideout place. He can pretty much be in there all day.
All right. Now that I have the computer up, few
Where are you guys
people
going
I
to be
kind
this
of
weekend?
promised a wrench to. So if you would like a wrench, and I promised you a wrench before, go ahead and put a little comment there if I've said something to you before. If you're one of our people that have been on our live chats many times, I'm not going to give too many wrenches out. I'm going to give out maybe 2 or 3 to kind of a couple people to help moderate. So I'll just let you guys decide that. So I know a few of the people that I promised aren't here. So Paula, building Monday, cool deal.
Awesome.
Starting to build.
It's a hot weekend to build.
Hi Craig. Hi John.
I hope you have somebody with a
Yeah, Craig, if he says anything else, I'll,
shop.
you know. So, Carlos, you're on warning, I guess. I don't mind hiding people from the channel. It's unfortunate when I have to do that, but I have no problem
Do you
doing
guys
it.
want to join the, what is that, B-O-Y? Boy?
B-O-Y-T?
Boys? The boy? I don't know what that is. You might have to specify for us.
Bottom of YouTube? Well, I guess we'll just have to...
Beautiful couple. Alright.
I guess we are a part of the bottom of YouTube, you know what
because
I mean?
Eric's the bottom of YouTube.
Yeah.
And I would think that, I don't know, with 100,000 subscribers, you wouldn't really be the bottom of YouTube. But I guess there are people with 10 million subs out there and 1 million subs out there. So
When are we coming to the East Coast? Well, if you're new to the channel, basically we lived on the East Coast for most of our lives, and I was stationed in Florida for a long time, all up and down the East Coast. We traveled up and down the East Coast and through Florida already, but we do want to go back. So we are going to be heading back to the East Coast, although the West Coast is just so much easier for van life. Less humidity, guys. The temperatures are nicer. You can go up and down in elevation. So that's why a lot of van lifers stay on the West Coast.
Yeah.
It's not that we have anything against the East Coast. We did the OBX, Philly, Boston, Maine.
Yeah.
You know, we went through Georgia and South Carolina, Kitty Hawk, the Wright brothers, to all over Florida from the Keys. And we have videos of all of that, guys.
Right.
If you don't know, we have almost 500 videos in our playlist. And if you go back, you know, a couple of years, the videos aren't the same quality that you are used to today.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, you know, we started out with just our phone, and
we started out really kind of naive about the whole
we were just doing this for
filming
friends
situation
and family.
because Yeah, it was really kind of naive when we started because we weren't thinking about getting any type of editing skills. We weren't thinking about filming. We weren't thinking about having an audience. We weren't thinking about any of that. Like this was our initial vlogging cam, and it don't even have a microphone port. So we were very ignorant, and we had a lot of things to learn along the way. And
basically, this was for our friends and family to basically keep up with us. That's the reason we started Van Life Sheldon's Travels, we wanted to explore while we were in college. For all of our new subscribers that are watching this, I want to thank you from coming over from Element
Yes.
Van Life, or Becky, Bernie, and Hank, or however you found us. I want to say thank you because we just got over the 6,000 subscriber hump, and we're heading towards that 10,000. So if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really motivates us to keep doing these videos when we see that subscription count going up, and I see the view count on the videos going up. But for all of you new subscribers that don't know our story, we are going to be doing an updated tour of our van.
it is very much needed because
Yes.
anytime somebody is like, do you have a tour of your van? We don't send our tour that we have, our video that we made 2 years ago when we started, because that one still shows that we had 2 batteries and flex seals, and we didn't have the water heater, and so we've made a lot of adjustments since then, and we didn't even have anything on top of the boxes. So it is kind of bad on our part that when somebody asks us for a tour video, we have to send them like Nate, Elvin Man's Wife, or Traveling Robert. Now that is good because you get to collab and share their videos, and that's always a good thing for YouTubers. But we do need to get on that because there are things that we've even added since their tours that we haven't showed anybody. So,
but you know,
you want to go back and check some of these comments?
yeah, that's
We got a
kind of what I
couple
was
good questions,
doing.
and
Yeah,
I forgot what they were
Sheldon's
because you kind of
playing
went
below.
off.
Can't do it on a phone. No, but I actually have our computer up. So, Paula, if you would like a wrench, I'll go ahead and give Paula and Craig a wrench right now.
That would be so great because our live stream is kind of taking up all the data. So I have my phone up here to kind of moderate the comments. But this is probably horrible to say for trolls, but I'm not doing anything moderating because it's kind of just loading. I haven't seen any comments besides the one that are coming up through the live stream.
All right.
What part of Florida did you guys live in? We kind of stayed in the area of Tampa and Clearwater, so we know those 2 areas really well.
That's because we actually
Can you
met.
give me a shout out? Yeah, John Walker, definitely.
Basically, we met in college, so, and the reason we started van life was because the dorm rooms were just way too expensive, and we thought.
And Mike watched van life on YouTube for 2 years. That he doesn't like to tell anybody that he's like, this was my great idea. I just jumped in the van and we did it because of college. No, we were in college, and as a hobby of his, he watched YouTube, and he watched people who traveled and live in a van on YouTube.
And I wanted to travel.
Like Nate and Nomadic Fanatic, and so that's where the idea actually came from, other people doing the same thing. And then it was like, oh, instead of paying for a dorm room or getting an apartment and staying in Florida, because really, we're not born in Florida. We're not native to Florida. So he moved there because of the military. I moved there because of my parents. So technically we both did not move there willingly, and the heat and the humidity, I mean,
it's unbearable.
It's unbearable. As soon as you go there and you see all the beaches, it's almost like a one-time thing. But we do want to go to the East Coast because we do have family there and things like that. But like Mike is saying, it's kind of hard for us to say this because we're in California, and boondocking has been kind of a struggle. But Utah, Arizona, Oregon, those places, they're like, you can almost pull off the side of the road and you're in BLM. I think Utah, 80% of the land is BLM. So those are just really acceptable, and and really welcoming to travelers, and that's probably why you see most travelers just hanging out in those couple of states, and even Texas, but Texas is hot. And then I did see somebody ask, do we try to stay in a weather range? We do, because if it's 100 degrees, we don't want to be sitting in the van miserable. And if it's 100 degrees outside, it's really not enjoyable to go outside and do walks and things like that. So we try to stay between like 80 and 60, I would say. We don't really like to go, I mean, we've been in 60-degree weather, so let's say realistically 80 to 50. We don't like going in any weather below 50, and we don't like going in any weather higher than 85. 90 is a little uncomfortable.
I would agree. I would completely agree with Stephanie. Well, I do have a couple questions. One person asked, how would we remove or take all of these stickers with us if we got a new van? Very good question.
Yes, because Nate actually gave all his stickers away because he didn't know how to get them down with the Element. So actually the new owner of his previous Element has all his like memorabilia, which is really cool for the new owner, but it kind of sucks for Nate.
So I know we have put a lot of stickers up here, and a lot of these stickers are from the East Coast and some from the West Coast.
Yeah.
But a lot of the East Coast stuff I do not have duplicates of, but I did start buying either 2 stickers, one a small sticker to put up here and find a place for it, and then a bigger sticker that was a little nicer. And I actually have, guys, you don't know this, but I have a bag. It's like a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, but it's a canvas bag. It is completely full of stickers. And I want to remove this and put a board up here and actually use the stickers that I have, since I have so many, and kind of start making a map of the United States with the sticker kind of impromptu. And that way I could take this piece of wood with us if we do decide to get a bigger van or some other kind of vehicle in the future. But unfortunately these would just have to go, and which are really sad because I do have Becky, Bernie, and Hank's sticker up here. I don't know how I would ever get a new one, and to me that's kind of sad. But
a lot of these are outdoorsy ones, so since this is kind of
some of these might come off if I really try.
Yeah, it's kind of like a textured plastic. So if we were careful enough, some of these probably will come off, but some of the other cheaper ones, not so much. I wanted to say thank you so much, Tracy.
Wow, Tracy, thank you so much.
I didn't see you before. You must have just came on. Hey, very nice, Tracy. Yes, Tracy is always awesome. I just remember seeing you guys in the Kia Soul. Oh my gosh, I loved my Kia Soul. The funniest story I think I'll ever remember about the Kia Soul is actually before we were living in it. And I worked at a restaurant, and I had a lot of friends in the restaurant, and one of my friends came up to me, and she was young. She was about 25, about my age, and she had 2 younger kids, right? And she was driving around like an 86 Chevy truck. So it's kind of an older truck, kind of harder, rougher. And it was kind of had one foot in the grave, right? So she's out there and she's looking for a new car. And she comes to me and she goes, oh, I see you got one of the new Kia Souls. How do you like driving it? And I said, I love it. It feels like a magic carpet ride. When I hit 100 miles an hour on I-4, I've never driven so smoothly. And her face just hit the floor, and she was like, I think I'll just look for a Ford Focus.
And people wonder why Steph doesn't drive the van. No, I'm just kidding, babe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Steph's a good driver. I can't say anything bad about Steph's driving. She's driven this van a lot. She did used to fly all the time.
And I loved it. It was a great car. If you want
and now I'm like
car,
grandpa.
it goes 0 to 60 in 1 second. It is good. And not a lot of people know that. But actually, when we were first dating, it was one of those things like, we'll leave your Jeep and you can jump in my car and we'll head to like the movies or something. And we were talking while I was driving, and he asked me, do you always drive like this? And I was like, I got my seatbelt on, I'm insured, like, yeah, what are you talking about? And I looked down at the speed thermometer, and I'm going 100 miles per hour like it was nothing. And I was like, that's what he's talking about.
I'm just sitting over there going, do you always drive at 100 miles an hour? And she's like, yeah, pretty much. So, and I drive like a grandpa.
I live in small towns in Florida, so it was like the cops had like routine spots, so it was easy to do 100 for a good 200 miles and not see a cop. But you have to know where they are.
You have to know where they are.
And you have to know on what roads they don't drive, because they're just like, that's pointless. That's a residential road. Now, I wasn't flying on residential roads, but when I say residential roads in Florida, it is like a 30-mile road with one house on it.
Middle of nowhere, guys. She literally lived
I was in the middle of nowhere. So I was flying, but I wasn't hitting nothing but grass.
So I got a couple more questions here. New Nomadic, I'm gonna give you a wrench too, man. I've seen you on here a lot. So here's another moderator. Here's a wrench for you. How's that Osmos working out? He's referring to our Osmos Pocket, our camera that we use. Where did you get the mic adapter? I have an Osmos and use the heck out of it. Well, I guess because we're a YouTuber, I don't know how I received an email about getting the little adapter early, but you can actually now purchase the Osmos microphone adapter on the DJI Osmos website. I think with tax and everything delivery, I think it's $50, and it makes a complete difference.
Yeah.
You did ask about how I like it. I have its pros. I'm not going to talk about this too much, but I do want to say this briefly. It has its pros. It has its cons. With the microphone adapter, the new firmware update, I am noticing it works better, but I am noticing when I watch my videos, not while I'm editing them or when I've saved them on my device, but when I'm watching it again on YouTube, my audio's a little out of sync. And that bothers me, and I'm hoping that and I'm using the Rode mic with it, I'm hoping there'll be a new firmware to fix that problem. Also, when I hit the button and turn it on and turn it off, sometimes it turns on, sometimes it turns off, so I really have to listen for the beep, and I don't like that. I don't like the fact that when I get out of the van and there's something happening and I hit the button. One of the things I liked about that camera, and I didn't buy the Canon M50, is how long it takes to boot up. I love the fact that it booted up real fast. I could be on the fly, vlogging right out of the van quickly and catch the shot. Well, sometimes I've missed the shot, or I'm in the shot, but the audio hasn't started yet, so I missed part of my audio. And that's really frustrating when you can't go back and see how the audio is and the video is on the actual camera. And so I'm going to give this Osmos Pocket about another month. And we do have the insurance on it. And I'm going to take it back to Best Buy and get a hold of DJI and be like, I can't use it. And I'll probably go with I hate to say it, GoPro. You know, because...
But this is the first update, so hopefully the next update will get all the glitches out. So that's the only thing about buying a new product, is you do have to deal with all the glitches. So we had no problems initially with the Osmos Pocket. Then we did that update. Now we're having the microphone issue and the recording issue. So...
And $700 I have invested in this, the mic, and all this. It kind of makes me want to pull my hair out, but I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to make the content better by getting a new camera, but in the same thing, people were asking me, is your voice and they're out of sync? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. We're working on it.
Yeah.
And everything for me is a learning
it has
curve.
caught our attention.
Yeah, it has caught my attention.
Like I said, like this was gonna be our initial vlogging cam, and I don't know if you've ever heard of one of these, but this is a Cube. And
I mean, we do have amazing laptop computers that we have for school, but I don't have the editing software to use on the computer, so everything you see from us is edited on my phone, guys, believe it or not. And I still edit on my phone, and it is what it is, you know? We just work with what we've got.
Thank you, everyone, for helping each other out.
I want to say a huge thank you to the 3 super chats. Wow, guys, I really thank you so much. I want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers, because I know we've gotten a lot of new subscribers from Nate Element Van Life. Thank you for coming over. You know, we appreciate you watching our videos. I hope you enjoy our content. You know,
we're always learning, going more places, getting better with the filming and everything. So it's a learning process for everybody, including us.
And also Becky, Bernie, and Hank. I know we got a lot of views on that video. It's over 12,000. You know.
Hello from Woodland, Alabama. We just came from Woodland, California. How about that?
I wish my internet family could send me a new camera, but I would never expect anyone to do that chug-a-lug.
Maybe we'll find one in a pawn shop or something. But yes, we want to say we love you guys and thank you for all your support, because like the internet family, sometimes your support and your kind words are so much more than blood.
You just don't know sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's in times when we are struggling, it's our subscribers who really have the kindest, most motivating words for us. So we are very thankful for our internet family, and thank you guys so much for being there, and all the love that Becky got on her video. That was truly amazing.
It was. It really was.
And
we were so surprised to be like 13,000 views on this video.
Yeah, and her daughters couldn't have said it better. Like, okay, they didn't understand van life, they get it. But you know what? It's like as soon as they seen the influx of just all the love and support and great memories that Becky had, they're like, I get it. And that's what it truly is, kind of what it comes down to a little bit. I mean, traveling is definitely about the places you go. But really, it's about the people you meet along the way, and the friends you make, and the memories you make together, and the things that you're never going to forget like that. But there are beautiful places that, like, you'll go there once, and you'll never forget them because they're just so beautiful.
I totally agree. We do have 2 people asking the same question. Chug-a-lug and Pamela both. And I don't like to talk a lot about this, but basically they're asking, how do you donate money? Well, I didn't put in this video our Patreon link and our PayPal link, but if you do go to PayPal, Van Life Sheldon's Travels, if you go to any other video of ours in the description, after this live stream is down, I'll actually change the description and put our PayPal link in there. I don't like to talk about that a lot. I know what you guys give us is amazing,
and we
but
definitely appreciate
I don't want to pressure anyone into doing anything that they can't do. So,
and we want you to know, any money that you donate, we try to incorporate in the channel somehow by either planning to go to another event. Oh, and somebody asked about, I think somebody asked about the Travelers event.
Before we talk,
we don't think we're gonna go to the Travelers event coming up here
Travelers
in Colorado.
Camp Fest, yes. The one we went to last
year. A lot of
year.
people are asking us, will we be there? And the thing is, it's just kind of a big jump for us right now. And last time we were there was no internet, and last time we were there, we were in jackets, and then it went from like summer to winter, and then it felt like we just spent our whole summer in jackets, so it's kind of like we spent the whole year in jackets. So this year we're kind of like
trying to get a little warmer, a little bit warmer weather, and we felt like we did Colorado last year. So I don't really want to duplicate the videos. I don't feel like we did Oregon and Washington enough.
Right.
So we
went to the whole rainforest, but man, I could spend like a year in there just hopping all the different campsites. And I believe Ruby Beach was there, and that was pretty. So we definitely want to go back. In Oregon, we went into it for Descend on Men. Thank you so much.
Wow.
And then we kind of like jetted back through. But we definitely, there's so much of Oregon that we didn't see and we want to see and explore and things like that. So definitely. And then there's others like the Dakotas, because obviously we want to go see Mount Rushmore.
We want to go all over the United States, guys. That I don't know if that's, but we also,
these are future
a couple
events
people are
I'm talking
asking,
about,
they
like
don't have
near future.
PayPal, and they're asking if we have like a P.O. box. No, we don't have a P.O. box. We got rid of it because we stopped checking it in Florida, so we kind of got rid of it.
Right, and we're just using a friend's address.
We're using a friend's address, but we could, someone asked if we could do Western Union, and I'm sure, yes, we could do Western Union.
Yeah, that's like my
Chug-a-lug
mom.
Doug, if you'd
sends me
like to
money for
contact
Walmart.
us at vanlifesheldonstravels@gmail.com, I can give you some information back and forth about that. And
There's so many
Pamela,
different ways.
I don't know about a P.O. box. I guess we
But-
are kind of heading towards Blue Dan Vans, but I
Pamela,
don't want
we
to.
love you so much. You should use that on your bill. You're so kind.
I don't really like to give out our subscribers or our other YouTubers' addresses. So it's really been hard for us to get packages on the road like that.
We got Renee on
But
here.
I
Hey,
am
Renee.
I'm speechless that people would want to do those kinds of things for us. It's just amazing. So,
I'm going to pull up a comment, so I'm going to touch
Alright.
the screen.
no worries.
We're watching Sheldon swimming. Yes, Sheldon swimming is definitely relaxing. We will definitely try to get more footage of him. We're trying to figure out how exactly to set up cameras with him. We got on our laptop because on our last stream we mentioned how we were going to give out wrenches. And so we got it out. And when we got out our laptop in our electronics box that we kind of keep like a small safe, we found our original vlogging camera. And this might be the turtle cam, because the only thing that's wrong with this camera is the audio is just not there. It's horrible. But we'll get it.
Sheldon's climbing on my shoes.
You think you could try to turn the camera around?
I'm gonna
and catch
slowly. I mean, forgive our mess here, cause we're just here boondocking. But look at Sheldon. He's just looking too cute. He's actually climbing on my shoes.
it?
I don't know if you can see him. Can you see him, guys? He's actually climbing on my shoes right by the big back box of soda. Oh no, he fell. I'm sorry, Shell. I didn't mean to scare you, buddy. Alright, we'll stop with the shaky cam. Sorry. Didn't mean to shake you guys up so much.
But that's how it is.
That's
like,
how it is.
Watching Sheldon.
That's how it is watching Sheldon.
And
Like,
he'll be doing something cute, and you'll be like, "Oh, grab the camera!
Grab the camera.
We gotta get this!" And then he's normal.
he's normal.
By the time we get it all set up, and so he's there.
No.
Have you guys left California? Not yet. No, we
Nope.
have not.
We are
there's so
actually-
much to see. Like we still haven't. hit
We're
the
actually
redwoods.
heading towards, we just talked to Blue Van Dan. I don't know if you watch his channel, but I'm going to give him a shout out. Please go over and check out Blue Van Dan on YouTube. He does a lot. He's got the most soothing and relaxing voice. And if you'd like to see hummingbirds feeding and beautiful flowers, or just some inspirational talk, that's Dan right there. And if you need a little uplift, I like to watch his stuff for that. He posts pretty regularly, so if you want to head over to his channel, we'd appreciate that. You'll
I'm
get
sure
to
he
meet
would.
him here in a couple of weeks. We're running about a 7-day delay, guys. So we're gonna be, actually the next video is us meeting Nate from Element Van Life and exploring his new rig and hanging out with him. I know a lot of you saw his video of us, but he only does one video a week, where we do 6 to 7, 5 to 7 a week. So we're trying to get caught up to him, but that is the next video is going to be him. Then it's going to be the Golden Gate Bridge and the wharf in San Francisco, Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf. Going over the Golden Gate Bridge, we actually stayed right on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge and got to see the beautiful view all night of everything, you know, which was amazing. What else?
Lollapalooza? I haven't heard of that, but I heard of Schoolypalooza. I don't know if that's what you meant. It looks like Lollapalooza.
And there is one of our friends. She just happens to be a Patreon, but she is one of our friends. We've camped with her.
She's on this
live chat. And I know she doesn't like me to pat her on the back, but I'm doing it anyways. If you're watching this live stream and you want to meet us and you're like, I don't know where to go or where they're going to be, and you live in Oregon or think you might be in Oregon around the Labor Day weekend, am I right? Labor Day weekend. We are actually going to be at Descend on Bend again this year. We have a friend of ours that we did some work for earlier in the year, and as just a thank you to us, she has contacted us, and I'm almost in tears, but she bought us Descend on Bend tickets, and this year it's even more expensive because it's it's not a 3-day event this year. It's a 5-day event, and the tickets are not $75 a person this year. They're like $125 something a person, $100 a person. And she, out of the kindness of her heart, bought me and Stephanie tickets to go to Descend on Bend. So if you want to meet us, you want to hang out with us, you just want to relax and see our rig or have dinner with us around the campfire or listen to music with us, please, we invite all of you to Descend on Bend. I know it's an expensive event, and we will be at other free events. So if this is not something that you can afford, I totally understand, because me and Steph can't afford to do this event either.
Right, and we couldn't afford to do it last year
We couldn't afford to do it last year.
And then it is kind of like, it is really interesting because when you're traveling, a lot of travelers are on a budget, so it is interesting, like $75 for 3 days. You kind of got to break it up, and then you're like, okay, it's $25 a night. Well, this time it's like $20 a night, so they're understanding where people are coming from. But then again, it's not really, it's kind of a bunch of road warriors. So
pretty much, yeah.
So their rig isn't meant for full-time traveler.
It's a weekend warrior kind of thing. People have,
but it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a vintage Westy car show, but for the week.
There's a lot of Westphalias there, more than anything else.
So I just want to say a huge thank you. You know who you are, and I don't know if you want me to say who it is, but thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we're going to be doing some other free events and stuff, but if you want to plan ahead and you do have the means to go, or you are already planning to go and you want to meet us, we will be there, and that is completely because of one of our subscribers and our friends and Patreons, and she'll be there too. So thank you. And
then somebody asked a couple
we have so
of comments
many
ago,
great people, you know?
Somebody asked, how did we get started traveling? And like, Mike was in the Coast Guard, so he's always traveled. But I think like initially where I wanted to start traveling is like when you're a kid, and like pretty much like 3rd grade, it seems like everybody starts going on their family adventures. Like people start going to the Grand Canyon and Old Faithful and things like that. So like I think I really wanted to travel young, like since I started hearing about all the national parks and all the places that people went. I thought that was pretty cool. So I think Mike and I have always pretty much had a little travel bug.
But I'm afraid that if we don't do it now, guys, a lot of places are closing. As we've traveled the country, the campground that we went to last year and saw is closed and no longer a campground anymore. Or this BLM land is being repurposed for something different. So just because if we wait, I feel like, and if you wait, you might miss certain things that you really, really wanted to see. And like I say all the time, and I know this is crazy, tomorrow's not guaranteed and nobody gets out alive. And if you don't do what you want today,
Or positive upbeat channel.
you might not get to do it. And I don't want to take that chance. There's things I want to see and things I want to do, and we're going to go do it, you know? And there's a few other comments. Are we in a car or a van? We're in a Ram Promaster City, which is the tiny little van. We also had someone ask, RTR, your choice, Quartzsite or California?
If you want a smaller RTR, definitely in California, because a lot of people will not come to California because of the firearms. A lot of people who are travelers are more of outdoor woodsy types of people, so they kind of like to have that safety. However, Mike and I are a little different, but I know that that's pretty much like the first thing that comes to mind if you ask me California versus Arizona, because I know, and from our experience with traveling with friends, there are a lot of people who don't even want to come into California. So there's that. And then Arizona, you could probably get a bigger land, so you'll probably have more space. So there's always that. And then anything like amenities, from your trash to your toilets to anything like that, is probably a lot cheaper in Arizona. I know we have a lot of friends here now in California, and even like their vehicles or their pull behinds, they go to Arizona, they buy them, they bring them to California. So to host an event, realistically, the better choice is Arizona. You'll bring more people, you'll have more space, and the state will welcome you better than California, because California will welcome you as long as you have your permits and you check in and you have all the people that are going to be there. I mean, they want to know everything, and they're more prestigious. Like, you have to cross your I's and dot your T's. Whereas the BLM land in Arizona is kind of like, you don't trash our land, we'll let you come back next year.
I'm with Steph, but then for us, Quartzsite is kind of crazy. I do like the big tent. I do think that's a big part of the RTR, is to go to the big tent. If you are looking for work or looking for seasonal work, that is the place to be and to do. I also feel like in Quartzsite, all the for us anyway, I feel this way, and it's just my opinion. We have an Anytime Fitness membership. There's no gym there. So I have to pay for showers at the truck stop, $12 or $16 a piece, whatever they are. And everything there's no Walmart, there's no resources. Everything is more expensive.
So
and
you really
all the
do
resources,
have to pack in all your resources.
Yeah, and all the resources are more tapped out. And when the last 2 years that we went to the RTR, I feel like we needed to bring everything in we needed. We refilled a little propane, a little water, and dumped our tank once.
Yeah.
Took a couple of showers that cost us money, and then we were ready to get out of Quartzsite, because we could go to an area that has an Anytime Fitness where we're not paying $12 a shower. There's not a huge line for the propane or the dump or water. You go into the little grocery store and everything's not gone. So to me, California is better, but only because of the resources. But if we go into Anzo Borrego, and all those resources are going to be tapped out too, because
they're going to be tapped out. But again, your resources in California are going to be twice as expensive. So if you're on a budget, like our friend, she just posted, she's in Oklahoma and gas is like $2.47. Where here it's
$5.
Yeah, we've almost paid $5.
We paid $5.
So
you know.
I mean, for a lot of people, it's just not realistic to have the RTR in California because it is so expensive. Now, with that being said, like Mike said, Quartzsite is not the best place because it is kind of rural. It is kind of very small town. And we noticed that trying to get some work done in Arizona, it wasn't like
internet
people who are up to date with the most modern technology. So that was kind of a road bump. So they are trying to get better. They are trying to do like a state park, Anza Borrego, which that is different. I think doing a state park would be almost better because you have all the amenities. But then again, that takes all the space from them. So I don't know but these state parks are pretty huge. So I don't know how that's gonna go. But another thing is Anza Borrego is kind of out there. And it only has Borrego Springs, which is another small town, so that's not really cool. But, I mean, eventually, this is kind of trial and error because it is kind of a new thing and it's so growing. But eventually, they will find an area that's geographically big, centrally located, hopefully like a Target or a Walmart.
Close by, yeah.
That has hopefully both, so that resources are there. Because you have people who shop at Walmart, people who shop at Target, people like us who are just not prejudiced.
We shop anywhere, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and so it really just depends, but we do think that they could find a better area, maybe one that has not such a bigger city, because a lot of people don't like the bigger cities, but a city that has enough civilization.
All right, I got
like
another
a
question. You guys should do like meetup stickers, like collect stickers from viewers and other people.
I did see that.
We do
kind of do that.
We have a whole bunch of YouTubers on here.
Yeah, we got
meetups, and we have
Carly's meetup.
Yep,
right
Carly's meetup, Road Life. There's her sticker.
This is actually, you can barely see it, but this is a stamp from the solar eclipse. So it's supposed to change like when the sunlight hits it, but we're usually always covered up, so the sunlight never hits it. It turns to a white moon, and then when there's no like actual sunlight, just these LEDs, it's a gray moon. So that's actually a stamp from the solar eclipse, which that's really pretty cool.
So we actually do that. We actually collect stickers from other YouTubers, and as we go, I was talking earlier, you might have missed, someone asked, this is not all our stickers, guys. I have a huge bag of stickers that I haven't put up, and I'm actually gonna take this ceiling part down and put in a piece of wood or something like that up here, thin wood, and I'm gonna put stickers all over it, kind of in the place of the United States where they are. So that was one question. And also someone also mentioned that they're going to skip the RTR next year and go to Florida. Well, I don't want to say this officially because we're nomads and we have no idea where we're headed or what we're doing or where we're going.
But we do have family in Florida, and it would be nice to see them for the holidays.
So we've kind of skipped last year, and we kind of jetted out right after Christmas 2 years ago. We jetted out of Florida right after the New Year's Day. We left and headed to the RTR.
Yep.
And last year we didn't see our family. So this year we might. Depending on what you guys think, I think it might be more interesting to travel around in the East Coast and head into Florida for Christmas and New Year's in January. A lot of people say there's no free camping in Florida, and every time I hear that, I chuckle.
It is selective.
It's
hard. Not like Utah where 80% of it.
No, absolutely
but
not.
But it is also not like
impossible.
Other states. There are some states where it seems boondocking is impossible. So it's kind of one of those in-between states where it's not so easy, but you can find free BLM there and things like that. But Florida will be a lot easier for us just because we have family there and know a lot of friends. So we just might be doing a lot of like driveway surfing just because we know a lot of people and they want to see us and we want to visit them. So we'll probably just be visiting with friends and family, a couple days here, a couple days there. By the time we get visited, everybody will probably be ready
to leave. And we can hit some free spots that we know about along the way, because there's a lot of free camping that we know of. And between stopping at friends and family would really be good for the holidays for us. But that does require about a $500 or $600 of commuting to the just for us. It's at least $700, $750 to get from this part of the country back down to Florida. And so we're talking, a couple $1,000s just to make that trip. So that's why we haven't headed east. That's why we didn't follow Pandemonium and Destination Open Road east, because we thought that's a lot of money, guys, and they're already back this way again. It would have been a short trip for a lot of money. So not that they had things to do and a reason to be there, so that's why they did what they did, and I understand that. But for us, it was better for us just to kind of float around and kind of save our money.
And the first year when we went to our first RTR, it was kind of like I quit my job and Mike was retired, so that was easy. But it was like, so actually the day we left, January 1st, I actually worked January 1st, and I actually left in my uniform. And so then we took off to the RTR, and then it was like, okay, it's our first year traveling. You get that urge of like, you're free, so you kind of are really realistic. Yeah,
you're moving every day, every day. You want to see something new every day.
You're just excited.
Right.
And now we see that last year we flew through a lot of states. Like last year we went through 15 national parks. Those were beautiful. And 16 new states.
Right.
So we went through 16 states and last year, and we really flew. And so this year we pretty much only stayed in California. So that's pretty much nice, because California is so big that we spent a lot of time in Southern California. Then it started warming up, so now we're moving up to Northern California.
Slowly.
Now it's kind of warming up here too. So we're kind of moving our way up to Oregon. And so we're kind of just making our way. And we like this way of traveling better. Just hopping from city to city that's really close.
Maybe an hour a day, maybe an hour every 2-3 days. We move and we explore really in depth,
And doing that, of course, last time we passed up so many areas. And this year we still pass up a lot of areas because people are like, have you checked out this and have you checked out that? And we want you to do that because we love it. Because even if we are on a different route and it's passing up, we will go and check out the places you suggest on the map, and we'll pin it. Excuse me. And we will pin it and come back through it on our future
travels through there.
Yeah,
we'll be able to come back to that spot. So don't stop sending me those cool places, and please don't get upset if we don't go there this time, because
this
life is not like, I know a lot of YouTubers or a lot of people that travel, and I don't want to mention any names. They travel for about a year, either on YouTube or not on YouTube, and they need to go back home every year and do things, or they give the traveling up after a year or two, and decide to get an apartment and all that. Whatever works for you is what you should do. And I tell people that all the time. They're like, you should do this and you should do that. No, that works for you.
Which everybody has their opinion.
Yeah, everybody has their opinion, and what works for you, you should do that. But right now in our life, this is working. And that was one of the things we said when we got out of college and we started living in this van. Can we do it? Right. Can we make this work? And we're kind of counting on you guys, because without you, this doesn't work. So we need you,
Yes.
and you guys are filling the shoes.
We
and
make the videos, but if it weren't for you watching the videos,
who cares,
then
right?
it would just be a video up on the internet, like
for
all
nothing.
the other trillion, billion, millions
that
of
happen every
videos.
minute, a million a minute, are
Yeah.
uploaded. So
I have
without
some
you,
videos on here from when I was a kid that I uploaded. I couldn't even tell you the names of them. I couldn't even tell you how to find them.
so we plan on continuing to travel and continuing to live nomadically in this van, in a bigger van, in an overland vehicle, or a boat. I don't know. We're figuring it out as we go.
But we definitely like traveling.
And staying on the go, and that, I don't know. That's just something in my in my spirit that just, I get bored of places. And even when in my career, my bosses and commanding officers always said, don't let him get bored, because then he'll get in trouble.
Right.
So,
and there's so many places to go
see
and
do,
see.
and as long as I don't get bored,
Yeah.
so we can go to a place and spend a few days or a week exploring, or a month even exploring a place, and then it's time to move on one day, and we just move on. And without your support, we would have to end this dream and get back to work. But thankfully,
yes,
there are so many of you that are just
right.
over
Somebody
the top
asked
amazing.
About 1,000 trails. We don't actually have 1,000 trails, but 1,000 trails.
Nomadic RV was saying that, I'm sorry, I didn't know if you've seen the whole comment or not, but he's basically going to use that in Florida next year.
Yes,
is what he
because
was
there
saying.
are 1,000 trails, and that's kind of the way to go. And we were kind of looking at Harvest Host, but only because we're in California, so those are more like wineries. Well, I don't think that would be as big in Florida. So I think 1,000 trails is probably the way to go. And I don't know.
If they would accept us or not, because we do have, we are fully contained. We do our black tank and gray tank, and we have water tanks, and we're completely self-contained.
So why would you think that they're not?
Because some places don't allow just camper vans. They want you to be in a bigger RV and stuff. So I'm not sure about
You would have to call them.
Yeah,
and
I'm
tell
not sure
them
about it.
Flat out. Because nobody likes going. I mean, nowadays it's so easy to be vague about pretty much anything. But when you go there and they're expecting you to come in like a fifth wheel and a tractor trailer, and you come in this little rig, it's not cool. Because the whole time you want to enjoy yourself, it's almost like they're watching you. Why did they do that? Why were they trying to get something over on us and things like that? So I do see a lot of nomads they when you call in and make a reservation, just try to be brief with them. Don't
tell them what
tell
you're
them
driving.
Exactly what you're driving. Tell
Right.
them what your plans is and what you want to do there, because they work there and they will find the best spot for you if you have somebody who cares.
Right.
Because there are some people, we've seen them at campsites, they're like, oh, you're a camper, you'll go to this next spot. But then there are other campers who are like, oh, you camp in a small thing and you want to do YouTube videos? Let me put you up
right
here.
in the front, by the bathhouse, or this or that,
Yes.
so that it's more convenient for you
Yes.
to go take a shower
So
or whatever.
definitely don't be vague. Definitely tell them. And you know what? Now, in this generation, there are so many people traveling in different size rigs that I'm sure you'll be able to find someone who will accommodate you.
Someone said that they even some even accept tents. So that's what I was just saying. I don't know that information, so I would have to do a little bit of research, but it looks like you guys are doing the research for me, and that is what is so amazing about this YouTube channel is just all of the resources we have. I feel like anytime I have a question, I could go to you guys, and you maybe have experienced that.
Greetings from Milwaukee. That is a place we gotta go check out. Milwaukee. Me too. Can you put it in a will? That's great.
The membership. I don't
Oh,
know.
that might get tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you guys let us subscribers. yes, someone said that they like the fact that we meet up with subscribers and let them host us at their place, at their homes and stuff.
Well, that's really nice of them to even allow us to come and host for us, because it's just nice, especially in California here, like when we were in LA by Michelle and Jake's, or when we were in Riverside by Lee and Cindy. Those kind of places are really city-like, so it's hard to boondock. So having them be able to let us stay there was truly a blessing to us and really amazing. So you guys might think it's amazing of us, but we think it's way more amazing of you guys to let us stay there and let us be able to boondock, because it saves us
so much
of that headache. Excuse me.
Where are we from?
And that's the best thing about our laptops is we could disconnect it and you could use it as a tablet, and then this keyboard actually acts as a second battery, so when the tablet dies you just connect it into the keyboard and bam, there's a second battery.
And there's also a Nivea video card in here, so you can do processing video and everything on the laptop.
Where are you guys from? I am originally from Chicago, and I am 25. Somebody asked how young we are.
Oh, okay.
Your turn, Mike.
I'm originally from Kentucky, and I'm 43. So.
Yeah, and we know that it's kind of an age gap, but that's awesome, because we've seen other couples out there who have the age gap, and it's kind of like one of those things you don't really want to tell people, but we don't care, because I have an old soul and Mike's pretty awesome, so we work together pretty well, and that's how it goes. Usually if it's a younger person and a little bit older person, the younger person usually has an old soul. So like me, most people my age, I just find that they're just a little
too much, right? I hate to say that, but I guess I can say that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's funny because you were kind of raised,
I was raised by my grandparents. Mm-hmm. I will tell you that. And he was raised by his mom and dad, which are pretty much the same age.
Right.
Because both my grandparents, bless their souls, they're both in heaven right now.
So we were pretty much raised in the same generation.
Age is just a number. Exactly, because it's all about your personality, your mental capacity, your ability to work together, your ability, like us, live in this space together, and things like that. Relationship is a lot more than just a number, like everybody knows.
Craig, you do so much.
My parents are 12 years apart.
Craig said he wishes he could do more. Craig, you do so much for us. You comment, you watch every video, and for all of you that think you don't do enough, you watching this video and all of our videos and watching the commercials, that's how we get paid. And for doing that, you are helping us. And anyone that thinks that they're not doing enough and they're doing that, I want to say you're doing amazing.
Because you comment on almost every video, and just in general, truly your support, and you show support not only on the YouTube channel but on Facebook and things like that, and you really stay in tune with us. And you're not the only one, so we really do appreciate you and everybody else.
You, right.
And we definitely want to say thank you to Craig, because he's been through this journey for 2 years now.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
we have
this
some
is our
really good supporters. I can count 10 people, and from there's like 10 people. Without you, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how we would make it. So. Distance, right? We did kind of look at the big tent, and we did see 1,000 Trails there, but there were a ton of people checking that out. So
it's hard to really give an interview. Like, we kind of got a little shot of somebody doing pans, but even that, with all the noise behind them, and they had a microphone, so it was kind of easy to catch what they were saying. But even all the noise in the background, it was just hard. So the big tent is getting pretty popular.
It was crazy because
I kind of wish they did it like 2 weekends and not just one weekend where everybody mass rushes it. Because
it is 2
then,
weekends. I think it's 10 days, but I think everybody just hits it
well,
on that first
like
weekend.
double
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
They,
double the size.
like,
Yeah, the
do
dates.
it the whole month then.
They
However
needed it.
long it is, it
Yeah,
needs to be doubled
double.
because there were just so many people there. And I think that anybody who, as a business, shows up there, if they had it like all month long, then as a business person, you could really take your time to explain your product and what you do to somebody instead of, can I explain it to 5 of you at one time?
Pretty much. It was actually funny because the guy that we did a little video of doing the pans, he didn't recognize us while we were doing the video, but later on he contacted me on Facebook and was like, I watch your videos. I didn't know it was you until you handed me your sticker and walked away. I looked at the sticker and you were gone. And he tried to contact us to give us a couple of those pans for free, but unfortunately we had already left Quartzsite. I actually had another YouTuber, I'm not going to mention his name, I contacted him to go there and see if he could get the pans for us, but he never went, and I saw him in the slabs and he didn't have them. So
But that's
maybe
okay
one day
because
we'll meet back with
we
that
don't really
person.
have room for another frying pan.
We actually just use cast iron. Well, I don't. Steph uses cast irons to cook, so.
Yeah. Should we flip them around and show
He is looking adorable over there.
We'll try this one more
time. One more. Maybe flip the camera up, like do it like with it backwards. Where you can see what you were filming.
You guys see him on the shoe? That's what he does. He just hangs out right there. They see you.
Say hi, Sheldon. That's a day in the life of a turtle.
That's what he likes to do. Our battery on this phone is dying. But that's what he likes to do. My shoes are over there too. But he never climbs on my shoes.
He doesn't. He likes to climb on my shoes.
And only the left shoe.
He does.
Too.
He doesn't care for the right shoe. He just likes that left shoe.
He is very particular. But Sheldon has his spots, and that's one of his spots. It's on the top of Mike's shoe. He likes to like arch on it and sit on it, so that's one of his spots. So I think I missed a bunch of comments.
But our phone is dying.
Yeah, we might have to cut this live stream, guys.
Alright, we've been on for longer than an hour. That's probably good enough. What do you think? We'll go ahead and call it?
Yeah, because I think if we just set up the battery bank and all that, that's a little bit too much.
Well,
that kind of sucks because we just had someone come on. Hey.
Say hello. Nice to see you. Well, thanks to everyone for joining us today. We hit over 6,000 subscribers. And if you're heading to Descend on Bend later in the year, we'll see you there. I hope to see you somewhere else in the future. And if you're on your way from like Sacramento, LA, San Francisco area, and you're in the path of heading up towards Bend, Oregon, and would like to meet us, please send me an email at vanlifesheldonstravels@gmail.com. or hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. We would love to meet up with you guys, hang out, have lunch, stay at your house, go on a hike, whatever. So, but thanks for watching. Please like,
comment,
and subscribe.
check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
More content on the Patreon.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, Sheldon.
Say bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.